Husband didn't tell his
So
wife he
the
caused
reason
an
I said it was
accident.
reached out is because there was an accident that was reported that by another party that we weren't made aware of. And I've been trying to reach your husband for about 6 weeks to discuss this accident, and I've been unsuccessful. So based on the police report I received that puts him at fault, I did go ahead and accept liability. Okay, well, there was an accident that was reported on July 31st, and there's a police report with your husband's information in it, and a conversation that he had with the police officer, as well as some damage photos. So, I mean, I am able to verify he was in an accident on July 31st. Yeah, I'm happy to tell you. So, from what I understand, he hit the vehicle in front of him. He was going a little too fast. He hit the vehicle in front of them and pushed them into a median. So we have damage to the other vehicle as well as damage to the median, and the driver of the vehicle he hit was injured. Okay, well, the damage to the vehicle was pretty extensive. Have you seen the car recently? Because, I mean, I feel like that would be something you would notice. Oh, yeah, that doesn't appear to be the case. It doesn't seem like it was a mechanical issue. I mean, it was. Yeah, I can send you over everything I have. That's not a problem. But yeah, I mean, that was the reason I sent out the letter, is because I hadn't heard from him, and so I made a decision on the claim. Additionally, there's another letter coming if you haven't already received it, and that letter basically says that based on your policy limits, I don't have enough money to pay for the damages to the median as well as the other vehicle. So I'm going to try to negotiate with the other carrier and the city, because that's who's demanding the median money, and see if we can get them to accept a settlement. But if not, there's the potential that they may come after you guys for that money. Yeah, again, I'm really sorry to have been the one to break that news to you. Like I said, it wasn't reported to us either, so we were kind of flying blind for a while. But I did reach out to the other carrier, and they provided me all the documentation. And based on that, I was able to accept liability. So we'll try to get this settled for you. But this is kind of where we're at. Okay. Yeah, and I mean, if you can get him to call me so I can discuss that with him, just to make sure there's no new information and anything I've missed in this claim that would change the liability determination. I'm assuming the answer is probably no, that there's probably no new information, just because I feel like if he wasn't at fault, he may have come forward with this, but I don't know. I mean, there's always a possible reason that somebody did something, so he may have an excuse that makes sense. But if not, then yeah, like I said, I've accepted liability, and I'll go ahead and try to get everything handled and reach back out to you if there are any issues. Okay. You're welcome. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Nothing like starting a Monday with breaking the news to a wife that her husband caused severe property damage. So, and telling your wife that the vehicle broke down, so you sold it, instead of the fact that you crashed in it. Oof. I'd love to be a fly on the wall when they have that conversation.
Part 2. Husband
Yes,
didn't
I
tell
have an
his wife
adjuster that
he
was
caused an
assigned to the claim on
accident.
July 31st, and I was just reaching out to you to hopefully discuss the details of the accident a little bit further. Oh, okay. Well, I apologize that I didn't see that come through. I'm glad we can connect now to discuss it further. Can you tell me what happened? Well, we received a bill from the city and we hadn't had a reported claim, so I was trying to ascertain what happened. I called the number on file. That number apparently belongs to your wife. So when she answered the phone, I told her what was going on. I mean, Not really, not when you're married and you share an insurance policy. This could affect her as well. How was I supposed to know that you were the driver involved? Because again, the claim was not reported to us, and I just received a bill from the city. So, okay, well, I mean, if you'd like to file a complaint, I'm more than happy to advise my supervisor and have her give you a call back. But if we could just discuss the... Okay, well, we don't really reassign claims to new adjusters unless there are super extenuating circumstances. And you being upset that I discussed an accident with a policyholder isn't really an extenuating circumstance. Okay, well, if you could just tell me what happened so I can verify the facts of the loss and determine liability, then I can go ahead and get this bill paid and we can both be on our way. I'm trying to ensure that you aren't held legally liable for these bills. So in order to do that, I need your side of the story. Okay. Again, I think we're getting a little off topic here. That has nothing to do with this accident. I'm just trying to ascertain the facts so that I can determine whether or not we owe for these damages. Because if I don't pay them, if I send a denial for this, they are going to request that payment directly from you. So I'm assuming that you probably don't want that to happen, considering the totality of the damages have already exceeded $15,000. So if you could just tell me what happened, I'd be happy to get this resolved. Okay, so like I said, I can give her your feedback and have her give you a call back to discuss that portion of things, but we really don't change claims to new claims adjusters unless there are very extenuating circumstances that would require that. And again, you being upset that I discussed an accident with your wife, who's also listed on your policy, isn't a valid reason. Okay, well, I mean, I'm not really understanding why you're so upset. Okay, but she's your wife, so, I mean, unless you have something that you're trying to hide from her, I don't understand why this would be a big deal. Okay, I mean, if you don't want to discuss the facts of the loss with me and give me your statement, that's totally fine. I can just deny the claim and send those denial letters to the other parties, letting them know I wasn't able to get clear facts from you. Okay, so then please just tell me what happened. Okay. You know what? It doesn't seem like we're gonna be able to have a conversation about this point. So I will go ahead and notify my supervisor that you'd like to speak with her regarding this. And then once you've spoken to her, I can try to give you a call back to discuss the accident so we can hopefully get this moving forward. Because all I'm trying to do is take care of this on your behalf, and that's being made to be very difficult. Okay. I will let her know. Thanks so much for your time. Bye-bye. Not you getting mad at me because you're a damn liar. Like, I don't think I want you to represent me for this claim. I don't give a fuck what you want. I mean, if you want to pay for this bill out of your own pocket, that's totally fine with me. I'll just deny it, saying you were uncooperative with the claims process. So, wish me luck. I'm going to go tell my supervisor, who is absolutely going to read him to filth, but that's fine.
Part 3. Husband didn't tell wife he caused an accident.
Discuss the claim status with you. So I wanted to see if we could get your statement and move forward with the claim status and liability determination. Okay. Well, I mean, I had told you that we don't really reassign claims unless there's a very extenuating reason. And she didn't feel like that was enough reason for us to reassign. As she explained, both of you are listed as primary policyholders on your policy, which means we can speak to either party about what's going on. I'm not sure where you got the idea that claims have like privacy information, but there isn't really anything going on that would require us to, like, it's not like this is a medical issue or something along that line. So I'm not sure where you're getting the information that we need to protect your privacy when we're speaking with your legal spouse. Okay. This is something that my supervisor said that she spoke to you about, so that's really not the reason for my call. I was wanting to get a statement from you so that we can move your claim forward and get this handled. So you're saying that you're not going to give us a statement about what happened? Okay. Well, it appears that you had requested to speak with my supervisor's boss, and she declined that because she said the same thing that I did. So there's really no reason for us to run you up the ladder for the exact same explanation. We didn't do anything wrong here. But if you're refusing to provide a statement, yeah, again, like I said, I'm not going to continue to rehash this issue with you, considering that you had a 30-minute conversation with my supervisor and she's already given you this information. What I'm trying to ascertain is whether or not you'd like to provide me with a statement so that I can make a determination about your claim. Okay, so just so you're aware that as part of your policy contract and the other duties that are listed on there, if you do not cooperate with the claims process, A, that's ground for us to deny the claim, and B, that is also grounds for us to potentially terminate your insurance coverage. Are you sure that you don't want to give a statement? Okay, so you understand that if you don't give me a statement at this time and I deny the claim, you cannot come back later when you receive a bill from the company and then request us to cover it if you're not going to cooperate at this point. Okay, I will go ahead and notate your claim file and move forward with what I need to handle, and I will notify the other parties involved. Have a good day. So stupid. Like, you're gonna be petty and pay out over $15,000 just because you've got your feelings hurt? Like, deny, underwriting referral, flag. I really hope that wife leaves his ass, because what is wrong with you? Like, it's so petty for you to basically cost yourself that kind of money just because you feel like you've been slighted for some reason. Like, people.
Part 4. Husband didn't tell his wife he caused an accident.
My boss has requested that I call the wife and tell her what's going on, because legally this affects her too. And basically, we're going to offer one more chance for him to cooperate with the insurance process. That way, for a couple of reasons. One, it's just, they pay for insurance. We want to help them. So if they're going to, if he will cooperate with the process, we want to help get the claim resolved. Also, if he continues to act the way he does and the claim gets denied, with multiple attempts to get him to agree and help, then when he eventually gets that bill and he gets mad at us and either files a complaint or tries to sue, he's got no standing because we've done everything that we could and exhausted multiple attempts to have this conversation. So here we go. Hi, yes, I am. I am the assigned adjuster from the July 31st claim. How are you today? Yeah, I can imagine. I'm sorry to continue calling you and adding to your burden, but I did want to discuss the claim with you. So as you know, I had a scheduled phone conversation with your husband yesterday. Oh, okay. Well, I'm really sorry to hear that. I'm sure that's okay. Well then, good for you. Okay, I gotcha. Well, that's part of the reason I'm calling today is I want your assistance getting this resolved. So I was hoping maybe you can help me out. I don't know how things are going, but I wanted to kind of brief you on the situation because it does involve you, and I want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to assist. Okay. So, yeah, I had a phone call scheduled with him yesterday, and he was less than cooperative and was actually really upset that I had even bothered to involve you in the process. However, the issue that we're running into here is that he's refusing to cooperate with the claims process by giving me a statement about what happened. And like, he spoke with my supervisor yesterday and all of this. Basically what it boils down to is that we're in a position where if he doesn't provide us with a statement about what happened in this accident, we have to deny the claim because like he's willfully not cooperating. So the issue is that if we deny the claim, obviously we're not paying for any of the damages, and then they could come after him, and then potentially you as the current legal spouse. Yeah, I know. I'm really so sorry that you're in this situation. It sounds like you're taking steps to get into a better situation, but I can't imagine how stressful this all is for you right now. So I'm so sorry to have to, add to that burden. I appreciate that. But basically the reason I'm calling you is because if this does go the way that it's going based on his, cooperation level, I just don't want you to end up stuck with the bill because the damages for this accident have already exceeded $15,000, and that's just with the demands I've already received. I don't have a statement from him, so I don't know if those damages go any further, and I would hate to see you get stuck with the bill if he doesn't pay it. Yeah. So, I mean, if you can please talk to him and get him to call me back and give me a statement. I just need to know what happened. I just need a clear statement from him, and then I can go ahead and handle the claim appropriately. But if I can't get him to cooperate within the next 3 business days, I am going to have to deny the claim. And I told him yesterday that if we deny the claim for non-cooperation when he's willfully disregarding us and not participating, like, it's not one of those things where he's not calling us back, it's where he's calling us back and refusing to provide information. So in that case, if this does get denied, we will not reopen the case later and reevaluate when he gets a bill. So I just want to make sure he fully understands what's going on, and I want to make sure that you understand the position that he's in right now, because it potentially affects you too. Thank you. That's totally okay. This is my job. Don't worry about that. I'm more focused on you and making sure that this doesn't, come back to haunt you. So if you could just see if he can give me the information I need so we can move this forward. I will give you a call if I don't hear from him so that you know what's going on. But I just, being that you're the legal spouse in this case, I just wanted to make sure you were advised of the situation because it could escalate quickly. In terms of like financials. Okay. Yes, like I said, I'll absolutely call you back if I don't hear from him. And I appreciate your time and listening to what I had to say about this. and I will speak to you shortly. Thank you. Bye-bye. Whew. Good for her. First thing she said is my soon-to-be ex-husband. You go, girl. I know that's right. Explains why he was so pissy yesterday. Hopefully she can get him to call me back. We're not trying to deny the damn claim. I just need him to be a grown man about it. That's it. That's all.
Part 5.
Yes,
Husband
I
didn't tell his wife
her
he
of the
caused an
situation.
accident.
Well, because you were refusing to cooperate with the process, and as a result, about to incur a bill for over $15,000, and as your legal spouse, she can also be held responsible for those funds, and therefore she's entitled to that information. I understand that's what you told me, but again, I have the responsibility of advising somebody when they're going to be held potentially legally liable for damages, especially when it could be resolved by you cooperating with the claims process and you paying for that bill. It's not that you don't have coverage, it's that you're refusing to cooperate, and she's entitled to know that. I'm sorry you feel that way. But again, my job here is to do what I'm supposed to do, and we want to pay for this damage for you if you caused an accident and are willing to cooperate with the process, but I can't force you to give me a statement, and if you don't want to do so, then the claim gets denied and you're financially responsible. That's all I'm asking for. Just tell me what happened so I can verify the facts of loss and get this claim paid for. Okay. Okay, landed the vehicle ahead. Okay. Okay. And I'm assuming that, well, I have the police report. So the police responded to the accident. It was just you, the two vehicles and me median. Is that right? Did you get the information for the other vehicle? Like the insurance info? Okay, I'll reach out to them to see what's going on with their repair status. Were there any reported injuries at the scene of the accident? Okay. And did you have any passengers in your vehicle? Okay. And what's her name? Okay, is there a reason that she wasn't listed on the police report as a passenger in your car? Okay. But you're saying she's not injured, correct? All right. Okay. Well, I mean, it sounds pretty straightforward to me. Obviously, when you were in the vehicle ahead of you, you're considered principally at fault for that accident. So I will go ahead and accept responsibility for the loss. And as you're aware, you don't have collision coverage on your vehicle that would be applicable to this accident. So your car is not eligible to be fixed under this loss, but we will go ahead and take care of the other parties. Your property damage coverage is sufficient. I'm not worried about any issues in terms of financials for paying for this claim. So we'll get it settled and send you a notice of that once it's been handled. Okay. Do you have any questions for me? Okay. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to give me your statement. I will contact you if there's anything else I need. You have a good day. Bye. If I never speak to that motherfucker again, it'll be too soon. But I don't know how old this female passenger is, but I know he had a female passenger, and apparently she left the scene before the police showed up, which, not my circus, not my monkeys, okay? I'm gonna pay this claim and call it a day. Okay, yeah, I'd be happy to give you a status update. What is the claim number? Yes, I do remember this one. Yeah, he did call me, I want to say about 2 weeks ago, to provide a statement about what had happened with the accident. And I am in the process of reviewing the demands that were received from the city as well as the other vehicle. And we should be able to get this paid and closed within the next week or two. Yeah, I remember you telling me that that's what he had reported to you, but he did eventually reach back out to me and provide me with the statement that he apparently had swerved from like a blown tire and overcorrected and rear-ended the vehicle ahead of him, something along the lines of that. And so, I mean, the damages are not anything too crazy in terms of how severe they really could be. And he didn't report any injuries to him or his passenger, and the other vehicle didn't report any injuries either. He did, yes. One reported female passenger in the vehicle at the time of the accident. Yeah, I can give you her name. It is... Yeah, I had asked the same thing, and he had said that the reason she wasn't on the police report is because she had left the scene prior to the accident. I'm sorry, prior to the police showing up. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry that you've been going through all this. I'm sure that this is one of the last things that you'll have to deal with, but I do appreciate you checking in on it, and we will get the claim paid for and closed so that there's nothing that you guys need to pay for financially. You're very welcome. You have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you. Bye-bye. I did that shit on purpose. I didn't think that she would call back in for a status update, but ooh, was I all too happy to give her the information. And I hope that she leaves the sorry ass.